try. Nayam, so that's what we registered. Nayam Sukaku Bhagavan Dehinam Gopika Sutta Janinam Chatma Bhutanam Yata Bhakti Matam Iha. Na, not. Aham, this. Shuka apa, very easily obtained, or an object of happiness. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dehinam, of person in the bodily concept of life, especially the karmis. Gopika Sutta, Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda. Krishna as the son of Vasudeva is called Vasudeva. Oh my god. Okay. Krishna as the son of Mother Yashoda. In brackets, Krishna as the son of Vasudeva is called Vasudeva, and as the son of Mother Yashoda he is known as Krishna. Jananam cha, and of the Gyanis who try to be free from material contamination. Atma Bhutanam, of self-sufficient. Yogi Yata, as Bhakti as Bhakti Mata, of the devotees. Iha, in this world. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda, is accessible to devotees engaged in spontaneous, loving service. But he is not as easily accessible to mental speculators, to those striving for self-realization by severe austerities and penances, or to those who consider the body the same as the self. Purport. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as the son of Mother Yashoda, is very easily available to devotees, but not to tapasvi, yogi, gyanis, and others who have a bodily concept of life. Although they may sometimes be called sanat bhaktas, real bhakti begin with dasya rasa. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 4:11, as living entities surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respect, O son of Pritha. Everyone is seeking Krishna, for he is the super soul of all individual souls. Everyone loves his body and wants to protect it because he is within the body, as the soul, and everyone loves the soul because the soul is part and parcel of the super soul. Therefore, everyone is actually seeking to achieve happiness by reviving his relationship with the super soul. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 15:15, by all the Vedas it is I who am to be known. Therefore, the karmis, gyanis, yogis, and the saintly person are all seeking Krishna, but by following in the footsteps of devotees who are in direct relationship with Krishna, especially the inhabitants of Vrindavan, one can reach the supreme position of associating with Krishna. As it is said, Vrindavan Parityaja Pada Eka Na Kachati. Krishna does not leave Vrindavan even for a moment. The Vrindavan Basi is Mother Yashoda, Krishna's friend, and Krishna's conjugal lover, the young gopis with whom he danced, have very intimate relationship with Krishna. And if one follows in the footsteps of these devotees, Krishna is available. Although the Nityasiddha expansion of Krishna always remain with Krishna, if those engaged in sadhana siddhi follows in the footsteps of Krishna's Nityasiddha associate, such a sadhana siddha also can easily attain Krishna without difficulty. But there are those who are attached to bodily concept of life. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, for example, have very prestigious position, and thus they have the sense of being very exalted, Ishvara. In other words, because Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are guna avatars and have exalted position, they have some small sense of being like Krishna. But the pure devotees who inhabit Vrindavan do not possess any bodily conception. They are fully dedicated to the service of the Lord in sublime affection, prema. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has therefore recommended prema pum arto mahan. The highest perfection of life is prema, pure love in relationship with Krishna. And Mother Yashoda appears to be the topmost of devotees who have attained this perfection. So I will read the text of 22 and 23, and that's the end of the chapter, and they don't have purport. Text 22. While Mother Yashoda was very busy with household affairs, the Supreme Lord Krishna observed twin trees known as Yamala Arjuna, which in former millennium had been the demigod son of Kubera. Text 23. In their former birth, these two sons, known as Nala Kubera and Manigriva, were extremely opulent and fortunate. But because of pride and false prestige, they did not care about anyone, and thus Narada Muni cursed them to become trees. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 10th canto, 9th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Mother Yashoda Finds Lord Krishna. So I will read the 3 verses of the purport in French. Verse 21, verset 21. Dieu, la personne suprême, Krishna, le fils de Mère Yashoda, est à la portée des bhaktas qui le servent en vertu d'un amour spontané, mais il n'est pas aussi facilement accessible à ceux qui se perdent en des spéculations intellectuelles, à ceux qui s'évertuent à prévenir à la conscience spirituelle au moyen de rude austérité et de sévère pénitence, ni à ceux qui considèrent que le corps est au même niveau que le soi. Verset 22. Pendant que Mère Yashoda était très occupée par ses tâches domestiques, le Seigneur suprême, Krishna, remarqua 2 arbres jumeaux appelés Yamala Arjuna, lesquels, dans un âge précédent, avaient été des Devas, fils de Kubera. Verset 23. Lors de leur naissance précédente, ces 2 fils, dénommés Nala Kubera et Manigriva, étaient extrêmement riches et bénis par le destin. Toutefois, à cause de leur fierté et de leur vain orgueil, ils ne se souciaient de personne. Aussi, Narada Muni les maudit-il de telle sorte qu'ils furent transformés en arbres. Vous pouvez chanter avec moi, you can chant with me. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnanam Jana Shalakaya Chakshuramitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Staptam
Bhakadamayam Padati Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sahajam Sadhavatam Saitam Saitam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sadhavatam Shri Vishakamitam Stra Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagapati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Vada Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gauri Vade Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhaya Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Om Shakarbhadayo Vyasha Kripa Sindhu Vairasha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Vedanta Shri Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Alors je vais essayer de parler en français et en anglais. J'ai besoin encore plus de bénédiction. Bonifai, Shukara Devinandara, Shambarandu, Rashmarashva, Devlakshmi Shindaret, Radhavangara, Kijai. So in this verse 21, it is underlined that the glories of Mother Yashoda for the fact that she is engaged in spontaneous loving service. Donc dans ce verset 21, les gloires de Mère Yashoda sont soulignées pour le fait qu'elle est engagée dans un service d'amour spontané pour Krishna. She is compared to demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, who may not be so closely engaged in the spontaneous loving service to Krishna. Et donc elle est comparée dans la teneur reportée et dans le verset à des demi-dieux comme le Seigneur Brahma et le Seigneur Shiva, qui ne sont pas aussi intimement au service spontané d'amour pour Krishna. When Srila Prabhupada is comparing Mother Yashoda to demigods, he's not trying to put down the demigods, and we should not think that start to criticize or think that demigods are not so elevated, or Lord Shiva is not so elevated. Quand Srila Prabhupada compare Mère Yashoda aux demi-dieux, on ne doit pas penser que c'est ok de critiquer les demi-dieux ou les rabaisser ou penser qu'ils ne sont pas très élevés. In Srimad Bhagavatam, when we have comparison like this, we should see that they are here to help us understand how humble we should be. Dans le Bhagavatam, quand il y a des comparaisons comme ça, on doit comprendre qu'elles sont là pour nous aider, nous, à développer l'humilité. So that we realize that it's not so cheap and it's not so easy to just be like Vrindavan rich vasis, and that even very, very elevated like devotees, like Lord Shiva, who is considered the most elevated devotees, they don't have this special access to Krishna. So what about us? We should be humble and go step by step. So, donc on doit avoir cette conscience que dans le chemin de Bhagavatam, ces comparaisons elles sont là pour nous aider à voir que même le plus grand dévot comme le Seigneur Shiva ou des grands dévots comme le Seigneur Brahma, ils n'ont pas cette relation intime avec Krishna, donc que dire de nous On ne peut pas essayer artificiellement et trop rapidement d'avoir une relation intime avec Krishna, mais qu'il faut qu'on reste humble et qu'on y aille graduellement à essayer de suivre dans les traces des dévots de Vrindavan, des Brijvasis. So we have to see that we have to gradually try to go and follow the footsteps of the Brijvasis, like stated in this verse. So I was reflecting what it means to follow in the footsteps of Vrindavan devotees, Yashoda, Mother Yashoda in this verse, and it's stated also the gopis, what it means, because we often hear that we should not imitate. Donc, j'essayais de réfléchir, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire suivre dans les traces des dévots intimes de Vrindavan, parce qu'on entend souvent qu'il ne faut pas imiter. Donc, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire suivre dans les traces? And when we see the way Vrindavan is described and the way Mother Yashoda's life is described, we see three main characteristics that we can easily identify around Mother Yashoda. Quand on regarde la vie comment elle est décrite, la vie de Mère Yashoda et des résidents de Vrindavan, on peut voir trois caractéristiques principaux qui sont faciles à identifier. Vrindavan is so much about simple living. And Srila Prabhupada stressed so much this point towards the end of his life, the Varnashram Dharma system and simple living. And Vrindavan is such an example of that. Vrindavan et les résidents de Vrindavan, ils sont l'exemple de la vie simple. Et Srila Prabhupada, il a mis beaucoup l'accent sur ça à la fin de sa vie sur Terre. Le Varnashram Dharma et la vie simple. So when we try to follow in the footsteps of Mother Yashoda and residents of Vrindavan, we can meditate how how her life is so simple, how she's cooking fresh food for Krishna every day, making fresh butter, making fresh ghee, making fresh yogurt, not just buying in the shop some flour which is 3 years old and doesn't raise properly. You try to cook it. Alors on peut voir par exemple dans la vie de Mère Yashoda, de quelle façon sa vie elle est simple, de quelle façon elle montre l'exemple de cette vie simple. Elle cuisine chaque jour des choses fraîches pour Krishna, du yaourt frais, du beurre frais, du ghee frais. Elle utilise pas de la farine qui est vieille de 3 ans, qui fait qu'on n'arrive pas à faire monter le pain ou le gâteau parce que c'est quelque chose de trop vieux qu'on stocke, qu'on achète au supermarché. She makes, in Vrindavan, they make their fresh flour, they grow their fresh grains, they make their fresh flour, they grow their vegetables. And all this is actually helping us to be in the mode of goodness. We are in the present, we are not always anxious about stocking in the future or using old things, but every year we produce, every day we use the fresh things. So this is very much characteristic of the mode of goodness. Donc cette vie simple et le Varnashram Dharma system, ça nous aide à être plus en mode de la vertu, à pas être toujours en anxiété de stocker pour les années à venir et à pas utiliser des vieilles choses du passé, mais à être dans le moment présent et à utiliser les choses fraîches de cette année, de cette saison, et chaque jour essayer de faire les choses avec les produits frais. In the same way, Vrindavan inhabitants, they wake up early, they go to bed early. All this is characteristic of the mode of goodness. And Srila Prabhupada installed all this morning program and the temple rules and temple lifestyle of cleanliness, of punctuality, all that for us to be in the mode of goodness. De la même façon, les résidents de Vrindavan, quand on regarde leur routine, ils se lèvent tôt, ils se couchent tôt. Et Srila Prabhupada, il a instauré ce programme du matin ici pour qu'on apprenne la ponctualité, la propreté. Tout ça, ça nous aide à être dans le mode de la vertu. So this is one way we can try to follow in the footsteps of Mother Yashoda, to try as much as possible. Of course, we don't all live in farm communities, but as much as possible to try to follow this living as simple as possible and as much as possible in the mode of goodness. Then we can see with the residents of Vrindavan that they're always kind to each other, they're always caring for each other. You never see, except when demons come in Vrindavan, that residents of Vrindavan are fighting or they offend each other. You see this with demigods pastime, you see this with in the Bhagavatam with people who are very elevated devotees on the earth planet, but not with Vrindavan Vasis. La deuxième caractéristique qu'on peut facilement reconnaître dans les dévots de Vrindavan et dans Mary Yashoda, c'est sa gentillesse et son care, c'est sa capacité à prendre soin des autres. Et on ne voit jamais ça dans les divertissements des habitants de Vrindavan, qu'ils sont méchants les uns avec les autres ou qu'ils ne prennent pas soin des uns et des autres. On voit ça dans les divertissements des demi-dieux ou même des dévots élevés sur terre, mais jamais dans les divertissements des amis intimes de Krishna and Vrindavan. So this is so important. My spiritual master, His Holiness Kanambakana Maharaj, in the last year of his life here, he stressed so much this point in all his classes, to be kind, to be kind, to be kind with everyone, to be kind with all the devotees, to develop this kindness attitude and care. C'est une qualité très importante qu'on peut suivre des habitants de Vrindavan, la gentillesse et la bienveillance. Et mon maître spirituel, Kanambakana Maharaj, il a beaucoup appuyé là-dessus la dernière année de sa vie, dans ses classes, de développer cette gentillesse et cette bienveillance envers tout le monde. And kindness, sometimes we have the feeling that it's a weakness or people may abuse from, or it's not so necessary because the most necessary is truthfulness or following the principle. But actually, we cannot avoid kindness if we want to progress in our spiritual life. It's not something we can just skip. It's not possible. Des fois, on a l'impression que la gentillesse, ça peut être une faiblesse, que les gens peuvent en abuser, mais en fait, on ne peut pas se passer de ça pour évoluer dans la vie spirituelle. C'est pas possible de faire l'impasse sur cette qualité. If we don't develop kindness and care and well-wishing for everyone, then we are not going to get the mercy of devotees. And we all know that without mercy we cannot progress spiritually. If we don't develop kindness and well-wishing care, then we are going to commit offenses at some point. We are going to be under false pride, be under ego. We cannot develop humility without kindness. Si on ne développe pas ces qualités de gentillesse, de bienveillance, on ne peut pas avoir la miséricorde des autres. Et on sait que pour avancer dans notre vie spirituelle, on dépend complètement de la miséricorde des autres. Et on va, à un moment ou à un autre, commettre des offenses. À un moment ou à un autre, on va être sous notre ego, notre faux prestige. Donc c'est pas quelque chose de juste sentimental ou juste réservé aux femmes ou juste réservé aux dévots qui n'ont pas beaucoup de connaissances. C'est quelque chose qu'on peut pas faire l'impasse sur développer cette qualité. So it's not a quality which is just reserved for women or for devotees who don't have so much knowledge. It's something we cannot avoid to work on that and to make effort to develop this quality if we want to progress spiritually. And we see in this regard that even Mother Yashoda, we see in the verse 15, we read a few days ago, when Mother Yashoda was trying to bind the offending child, she saw that the binding rope was short by a distance the wide of 2 fingers. Thus, she brought another rope to join it. On lit dans ce divertissement que en fait, Mère Yashoda, elle ajoutait des cordes, elle ajoutait des cordes, elle ajoutait des cordes, et c'était jamais assez. We see in this pastime, Yashoda, mother, she was adding more rope, more rope, more rope, and it was not enough. But actually, I think it said in the purport, Yashoda, when she tried to bind him, the rope was too short. The Lord had already shown his unlimited potency by killing Putana, Shakatasura, Trinavarta. Now Krishna was exhibited another vibhuti, or display of potency to Mother Yashoda. Unless I agree, Krishna desired to show, you cannot bind me. Thus, although Mother Yashoda is in her attempt to bind Krishna, added one rope after another, unlimitedly, she was failure. When Krishna agreed, however, she was successful. Donc, on lit dans ce verset que malgré tous les efforts de Yashoda, elle ajoutait des cordes. Sans que Krishna il accepte de se faire attacher, elle ne pouvait pas l'attacher. Et la meilleure façon d'attirer cette sanction de Krishna et d'avoir la miséricorde de Krishna, qu'il accepte notre service, qui nous accepte à nous retourner à lui, c'est d'attirer sa miséricorde avec nos qualités de cœur, avec notre gentillesse, avec notre bienveillance. Et en attirant la miséricorde des dévots. Si on reçoit la miséricorde des dévots, donc Krishna va donner sa miséricorde. So we see that Mother Yashoda, she was adding ropes, and she couldn't bind Krishna unless he agreed. And he's agreeing by giving his mercy. He's giving his mercy by not just because she's working hard or because he loves her. It's a loving relationship. So it's through her kindness and her love and her care that Krishna is accepting her service and he's accepting her to bind. And it's through our hope is that by receiving the mercy of devotees, through our kindness, to our love, to our care, then devotees may give their mercy to us, and then Krishna may give his mercy to us. We see in the next verse, the neighbors were smiling and enjoying the fun. The other gopis were looking at Yashoda and smiling to see that she was failing and failing and failing to bind Krishna. So even in the spiritual world, you see this, that Yashoda, she has the mercy of everyone. Everyone loves her in Vrindavan. All the gopis there, they find it sweet, they're smiling. So it's in that way we should try to follow in the footsteps of the Vrindavan Vasis and Mother Yashoda. If everyone smiles, if everyone is happy with our service, if everyone wants us to succeed in our service, then Krishna will give us the blessings. But if people, they are happy with our failure because we're nasty or because we are pride, if devotees don't pay attention because we're creating trouble, then if we don't have mercy of devotees, how we're going to get the mercy of Krishna? So we can see in that way how we can also try to follow in the footsteps of Mother Yashoda by being loved by devotees, by being kind, by being caring. It's a big thing now, devotee care. We speak a lot about devotee care in different centers. ISKCON, they try to develop, but actually it starts just with our consciousness. We don't need to depend on the temple authorities creating a devotee care department for ISKCON. Of course, it's a good project, but it cannot function and it cannot help us spiritually unless we develop this consciousness that we need to care for each other and we are depending on the mercy of each other. Donc maintenant, c'est quelque chose dont on parle de plus en plus. Il y a des temples, il y a des yatras, dans ISKCON, on développe des groupes de devotee care, un ministre du devotee care. Mais on ne doit pas dépendre de ça en fait, ça commence avec nous. Si nous on a cette conscience de bienveillance et de prendre soin des uns des autres et qu'on dépend de la miséricorde des uns des autres, c'est là qu'on va progresser spirituellement. One Srila Prabhupada disciple was telling me a few days ago that sometimes we fight with devotees and we don't realize that actually when we will be in need at the time of death, or when we are in need to be corrected spiritually, or to someone holding our hand in our spiritual life, we may be surrounded just by the devotees which we are fighting with. So if we are not able to develop those qualities just because we want to have Vaishnava qualities or progress in our spiritual life, then we can develop those qualities by fear of failing in our spiritual life, or by fear that if one day we are about to leave our body and devotees around are not bothered to come and chant for us, then where are we going? Donc il y a une disciple de Prabhupada qui me disait il y a quelques jours il faut qu'on ait la conscience que les dévots avec qui on se chamaille ou qu'on peut blesser, c'est peut-être les seuls dévots qui seront là quand on va avoir besoin, de quelqu'un qui nous tient la main dans notre vie spirituelle ou qui nous corrige pour qu'on puisse progresser, ou au moment de la mort, ça sera peut-être les seuls dévots qui seront là pour chanter Hare Krishna auprès de nous. Donc si on ne peut pas développer ces qualités sur la seule motivation d'essayer de développer les qualités Vaishnav et de progresser dans notre vie spirituelle, peut-être on peut développer ces qualités avec la peur de griller nos chances de se retrouver avec quelqu'un qui n'a pas forcément envie de nous aider parce qu'on n'a pas développé, on n'était pas assez gentil ou bienveillant envers cette personne plus tôt. It is said that I have another friend he's following a Christian tradition, and it was very interesting because he was telling me that in his teaching, humility was described as the capacity to see the feeling we are feeling and to work on it and see that, okay, for example, we are angry, and so the humility was the capacity to reflect on the fact that, okay, I am angry, why am I angry? It's because I'm scared. Why am I scared? Because I'm scared of losing control, or I'm scared of failing what I'm supposed to do, and to try to get rid of those fear, of those feelings, of the trust issues, and in that way to stop, to learn how to stop being angry. And in our tradition, we don't see so much humility. I mean, I never heard that in Vaishnava tradition. We speak about humility. One day, Jananda Maharaj, we were discussing, and I asked him how to stay humble. The first thing he said is, first we have to become humble. So that was the first humility lesson. Je sais pas si j'ai dit en français l'histoire de mon ami chrétien. Je vais le dire. Donc j'ai un ami chrétien qui suit une tradition chrétienne qui me disait quelque chose d'intéressant, que dans sa tradition, l'humilité, c'est expliqué sur le fait que quand on a une émotion, on regarde cette émotion et on essaye de comprendre et de travailler et de lâcher les choses qui nous font avoir cette émotion négative. Par exemple, si on est en colère, on essaye de prendre conscience qu'on est en colère et d'essayer de comprendre, ok, je suis en colère parce que j'ai peur d'échouer, j'ai peur de perdre le contrôle, et il faut que j'apprenne à avoir confiance et à ne plus avoir peur et à ne plus me mettre en colère. Et je trouvais ça très intéressant. J'ai jamais entendu ça dans la tradition Vaishnava, mais je pense que c'est quelque chose de valable. Et dans la tradition Vaishnava, on parle souvent de l'humilité d'une autre manière. Une fois, je posais la question à Jananda Maharaj, comment rester humble? Et la première chose qu'il m'a dit, c'est déjà il faut devenir humble. Donc c'était la première leçon d'humilité. And so he said that first we have to become humble, and then he said we become humble and stay humble by giving the credit to others, by not putting ourselves in the center, by not being self-centered that I'm achieving something because of my own strength, but by always connecting everything to Krishna. So this is something we hear again and again, but we need to realize it, that like it said in the verse, we are attached to the body because Krishna is inside the body. The soul is inside the body and Krishna is inside the body. We are attached to the soul because the soul is part and parcel of Krishna. So why we are attracted to something, why we like something, it's because it's connected to Krishna. Because we are striving for this relationship. So in the same way, humility is to connect again to Krishna and see that, okay, I am able to achieve something. This is the mercy of the Vaishnava, this is the mercy of Krishna, and this is, we have to connect it. It's not just me separated from Krishna, otherwise that's false ego, that's false prestige, and that is what is leading us to frustration, anger. En français. Dans la tradition Vaishnava, ce que Jananda Maharaj m'a répondu, c'est qu'on doit mettre Krishna au centre et on doit donner le crédit aux autres. On connecte tout à Krishna, comme c'est dit dans le verset. Pourquoi on aime le corps? C'est parce que Krishna il est dans le cœur, dans le corps. Pourquoi on aime l'âme? C'est parce que l'âme, c'est une parcelle de Krishna. Et donc, l'humilité, c'est d'avoir cette conscience que tout est connecté à Krishna et que le but, c'est de réveiller cette relation avec Krishna. Et au lieu d'être égocentré, d'arriver à donner le crédit aux autres, que si on arrive à faire quelque chose, si on a le potentiel de faire quelque chose, c'est par la miséricorde des Vaishnavas, c'est par la miséricorde de Krishna, c'est avec les bénédictions de Krishna et des Vaishnavas, et sinon on ne pourrait pas faire. Si on est dans l'illusion qu'on est séparé de Krishna, c'est là qu'on est dans le faux ego, et qu'on peut développer la colère, la frustration, parce qu'on pense que c'est nous qui sont les personnes qui agissent indépendamment de Krishna ou de la miséricorde des Vaishnavas. So then the third aspect we can see in Vrij Basi's and Mother Yashoda's life teaching is the service aspect. Mother Yashoda's life is just to serve Krishna. She is always engaged in how to please Krishna, how to please the Vaishnava, how to please the other residents of Vrindavan. Always the residents of Vrindavan are serving each other. Donc le troisième point qu'on peut voir dans la vie de Mère Yashoda et des résidents de Vrindavan, c'est l'attitude de service. Ils sont toujours engagés dans le service, ils sont toujours en train de méditer comment ils peuvent servir Krishna, comment ils peuvent se servir les uns les autres, les dévots de Krishna. It was said in this verse, or in the previous verse, that the way we have to engage is we have to first engage our tongue. We have to engage our tongue is in chanting the holy name, and we have to engage our tongue in taking prashadam. So you see residents of Vrindavan, they're always engaged in always eating prashadam. They never eat non-prashadam. They always engage with chanting Krishna's name. Donc c'était dit dans ce verset ou dans le précédent que la façon dont on s'engage dans le service, c'est d'abord, en premier lieu, d'engager notre langue au service de Krishna, et donc par le chant des salmons et en prenant du prashad. Donc on voit que les résidents de Vrindavan, ils prennent toujours du prashad et ils ont toujours Krishna sur le bout de leur langue. And then we engage all our senses. We start with the tongue and we engage all our senses. This is why we do service. Prabhupada also set up the ISKCON society and temples that there is so much service we cannot avoid engaging ourselves in service and engaging all our senses in the service of Krishna. So we have to always meditate on this, that it's not that the temple needs us or the deities needs us or the people responsible of a service needs us, but it's us. We need to be engaged in Krishna service. We need to somehow find a way to engage all our senses in Krishna service. And that's, with these 3 points, trying to live simply in the mode of goodness, trying our best to be kind and caring and well-wishing, and fully engaging in service. That's the way we can follow in the footsteps to achieve spontaneous, loving service for Krishna. So this is our objective, this is our goal, this is our desire, that's why we are here. So we should try to meditate every day on that. Donc le troisième point, c'est le service. Engager d'abord notre langue et en chantant à Krishna, en prenant prashad. Ensuite engager tous nos sens. On essaie d'engager tous nos sens au service de Krishna. C'est pour ça que Srila Prabhupada, il a mis en place cette société internationale où il y a tellement de services que bon gré mal gré, on est obligé de s'engager dans le service. Mais il faut qu'on arrive à avoir cette conscience que c'est pas Krishna qui a besoin de notre service, c'est pas le temple qui a besoin de notre service, c'est pas la personne qui est responsable d'un département qui a besoin de notre service, c'est nous qui avons besoin d'engager nos sens, notre mental au service de Krishna pour avancer spirituellement, et c'est pour ça qu'on est là. C'est parce qu'on a envie d'avancer et on a envie d'arriver à ce but de suivre dans les traces des résidents de Vrindavan et de Mère Yashoda, et de développer cette attitude de service pleine d'amour et spontanée, et avec ces trois façons, ces 3 exemples de leur vie, de vivre simplement dans le mode de la vertu, de développer la bienveillance, la gentillesse et le to take care, d'avoir envie de prendre soin les uns des autres et de servir, d'engager tous ses sens au service de Krishna. C'est comme ça qu'on peut essayer de suivre leur trace et développer le pur service de dévotion. So I will open up. I spoke a lot. I hope I can add something. Is the mind is so strong, and illusion is so strong that we will always find excuse that we are doing this or we are saying that because it's justified. But sometimes it's so simple to just reflect back and think, okay, I am here to make some spiritual progress. So what is pleasing to Krishna, what is pleasing to my spiritual master, what is pleasing to devotees, how I will get devotees mercy is, just to maybe do a little effort to please others or to come out of my comfort zone. Des fois, toujours, l'illusion et le mental, il est expert à nous faire croire que ce qu'on fait, ce qu'on dit, c'est justifié et que c'est à cause de l'autre, si on fait ci ou si on dit ça. Mais en fait, c'est tellement simple de se dire, ok, à chaque fois qu'on est dans une situation un peu conflictuelle, moi je suis là pour quoi? Je suis là pour que moi je puisse progresser spirituellement. Et donc, qu'est-ce qui va faire plaisir à Krishna? Qu'est-ce qui va faire plaisir à mon maître spirituel? Qu'est-ce qui va faire plaisir aux dévots? Comment je peux avoir la miséricorde des dévots? C'est peut-être en faisant juste un petit effort pour sortir de ma zone de confort et de faire ce qu'il y a à faire pour faire plaisir aux dévots et à Krishna. So sometimes it's not so difficult. We just have to accept that if someone is asking us to communicate more, then okay, let's make the effort. Let's make the effort to try to please this person and try to please the parampara, to communicate more. If someone asks us for or is expecting us, what something we do is making someone angry, then let's make the effort to try our best to change this thing in ourselves, not to disturb this person anymore. Donc, si des fois on se retrouve dans une situation où quelqu'un attend de nous qu'on communique plus, c'est simple de se dire, ok, qu'est-ce que je peux faire? Je prends la décision que j'ai envie de faire un effort pour essayer de faciliter le service de cette personne et de communiquer un peu plus. Ou alors si je mets quelqu'un en colère, qu'est-ce que je peux faire pour essayer de faire en sorte de ne plus déranger cette personne, de ne plus mettre cette personne en colère. On est là pour nous se remettre en question et essayer de développer les qualités Vaishnava. Donc essayons de nous donner les moyens pour faire ça. We are here because we want to develop Vaishnava qualities. So let's try to give ourselves the means to try to make the effort and progress spiritually. Any question, correction, chastisement?
Hare Krishna. Thank you for class. I have to take this microphone.
Yes, thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you for class, very nice. I have one very, very short question and something that I just wanted to clarify. It said something about the Tapashis or something in the verse. Are they people that performed to Usher?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that, I wasn't quite sure. And the other one was something that I heard in another class once, the word to bind. In English, I'm not sure about French, in English it also means to feel attached. And something about feeling attached to Krishna, or Krishna feeling attached to you, because of the love I thought that was interesting.
Yes, it's a very nice point. Because I think some acharyas, maybe you would know Prabhu, are saying that the 2-inch that was always short, they're explaining what is this 2-inch. One is love, or
one is I think one is endeavor, and the other one is Krishna's mercy.
And the other one is Krishna's mercy. So of course, I mean, it seems also obvious to me that Yashoda, Mother Yashoda, she's finding Krishna, she's trying to find Krishna with her love. And Krishna looks at how much she endeavored to serve him and love him, and then he's giving his mercy.
Do they use this in French as well?
Yes, attaché avec une corde, et l'attachement envers une personne is the same word. To get attached to someone or to try to tie someone with a rope. C'est le même mot en français. Donc oui, il faisait la remarque en anglais, binding, c'est le même mot. On attache et on s'attache à quelqu'un. Et que ça paraît évident que Mary Yashoda, elle attache Krishna avec une corde et en fait, elle attache Krishna avec son amour. Et les acharyas, ils disent dans un commentaire que la corde, elle est toujours trop courte de 2 doigts et que ces 2 doigts, un c'est nos efforts et le deuxième c'est la miséricorde. Juste par nos efforts tout seuls, on peut rien faire. En ayant la miséricorde de Krishna et des dévots, c'est là qu'on peut s'attacher à Krishna et attacher Krishna. Any other common question? Correction? Quelque chose d'autre à ajouter?
Looking for the purpose.
Quelque chose à dire? Quelque chose il y a quelque chose qui vous a touché? Something that touched you?
I remember hearing, I think one Prabhupada disciple was saying that she asked Srila Prabhupada about what it means.
Sorry, Prabhu.
One disciple of Srila Prabhupada asked Srila Prabhupada what it means to follow in the footsteps of the Vrajabasis, and then Srila Prabhupada said that I am the Vrajabasi that you should follow.
This is so sweet.
To follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions and his footsteps is to follow in the footsteps of the Vrajabasis.
And we can see so much how Srila Prabhupada was such an example of kindness, of care, of being personal with everyone, of serving. He was serving all his disciples. He was in the beginning was even cooking personally for them, and of living so simply in the middle of so much opulence. At the end, when ISKCON started to thrive, that he was always so simple. So yeah, we can see Srila Prabhupada as such an example, powerful example.
Thank you for the class, Mataji. I was thinking during the class you talk about qualities like humility or kindness, which is very important. And I remember from, I think, Prabhupada often quotes in his purport that but if we become Krishna conscious, automatically we will develop the qualities. Because we said something like that, it depends on our consciousness that we can develop these qualities, not that we need someone to, special. We don't need to be in a special place or something like that.
Yeah. We need to actually Prabhupada is saying we need to be conscious and then we can become Krishna conscious. So we need to be conscious. We need to make the effort to try to be conscious of everything around us, everyone around us, and we need to make the efforts to become then Krishna conscious and connect everything to Krishna. And then on these things will come. But it's good to be conscious that we want them to come, and when we see we don't develop and we still don't have these qualities, we have to try harder. Yeah, thank you.
I have another question maybe, but I don't know if it's nice place or the right time. But like sometimes we can see that in the temple, we are all in the community. Sometimes we can really feel a lot of passion. Everyone becomes like stressed, or like so many small things go wrong. My question would be more like, I'm not expecting an answer, but like, what is your idea for example, maybe is there a possibility to practically, I don't know, to bring us all together more to the mode of goodness? What would be your answer?
Yes, we are too much in passion. I would like to state a small example that on Sunday one guest came. I think my husband already spoke about this, the Mangalartik a few days ago, and she drove 2 hours. She broke her arm before, so she didn't come out of her house for 4 months. She was isolated, and the first day she comes out, take the car. She's saying, "Okay, I'll go to the temple." And she drives 2 hours, she comes here, she spends 45 minutes walking outside the castle, walking around. And then she went to the parking, and I saw her going towards her car and putting a note on our Govinda's van. And I was thinking, who is this lady? So I went to her and I said, "Can I help you?" And she said, "Well, I'm here 45 minutes. She said all these things. And she said, "No one said hi to me, no one's greeted me, no one looked at me. So I'm just going home." She came for the Sunday program. It was half an hour before the Prasadam. And she was like, "I'll just go eat by myself as usual at home." She drove 2 hours. She met, we counted for Prasadam, we were almost 70 devotees, and no one had greeted her. So yeah, we are too much in the mode of passion. We are too much self-centered or immersed in our service, but not conscious about the environment around. And we need to make efforts to come out of this mode of passion. Prabhupada put this in place, the morning program. So this is the first step. We should really try every day to go to bed early, wake up early, attend as much as possible the full morning program, chant our japa with the devotees at the time of the mode of goodness, which is before the sunrise or at the sunrise, and engage fully in devotional service. My spiritual master, he was saying, if you're too passionate, engage all your passion in devotional service, because then you get purified, and eventually, with the mercy of devotees and by purifying ourselves, by eating prasadam, chanting the holy name, following the morning program, then we get purified, and then we cool down. Maybe with age also, we get more to the mode of goodness. But he was saying, I see myself, I'm so passionate, and I'm grateful Srila Prabhupada made this arrangement that in ISKCON you can engage your passion in Krishna service. And eventually we have to have the faith, the trust in the process, and sincerity. If we're sincere, if we don't offend Vaishnavas, if we develop more and more kindness and awareness of other people's need, other people's situation, then we will become in the mode of goodness. And another thing is we can try to associate with people in the mode of goodness. We can try to associate with them. But it's not going to be instant. We are in this body, we have some bodies which are more passionate, more in the mode of ignorance, more in the mode of goodness. So some, they start with the handicap, if they are more in the mode of ignorance or more in the mode of goodness. But we should follow the process and have faith that we will have, with the mercy of devotees, if we are kind to them, we will be more and more in the mode of goodness, and try to put in place the Varnashram Dharma, all this culture, Vrindavan culture.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. About simple life, I think simple life is about use that we have, not, and forget the non-sense. So I think now we lose all this knowledge. The first thing is to recover the knowledge, because you can see that we know nothing about nature, we know nothing about this. The first thing is to. But I heard that there is a book in the Vedas who talk about every plant, and for sure he will explain, with this you can make this, with this you can make this. And I know the name of this book. Tirtha Prabhu mentioned this when he came here and gave for class about Ketanagari. I want this book.
Yes, this is simple living. We try to engage according to our nature, and those devotees who are inclined towards agriculture or crop protection, they should dive into the knowledge and see how it should be done in Vedic culture and install this. And Prabhupada asked us to make those farm communities to show an example. So let's try to help each other to go in this direction. Thank you. I'm sorry we went over time. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.